And for more on the northern situation, I'm now joined by a Labour councillor from Rochdale Borough Council, that's Faisal Rana. Faisal, thank you for joining us. The government could impose Tier 3 on Greater Manchester regardless of what the Mayor says, can't they?
Thank you very much for having me. I think there is nobody, and I say again, there is nobody in this country who is against doing more restrictions to avoid the spread of the virus. What the local leaders are saying is that this has to be backed up with the proper financial support. If there is no financial support for the workers and for the businesses, many businesses will go under and they will be closed. And also same with the workers. If they don't get at least 80% of the furlough, they will not survive.
Well, Boris Johnson says that having the local restrictions will prevent a much more expensive national lockdown. Do you agree with that?
I don't agree, because the problem is that if he's doing a lockdown in Manchester, and he said he's not doing the lockdown in Cornwall because there's no high infections there. But look at the distance there. So the virus started from the China and it spread all over. Virus doesn't have the boundaries. So you need to understand that the only sort of a circuit breaker will do the job. We have to learn the way to live with this virus, but the way the government is proposing the regional or local lockdowns, unfortunately, I think it won't do it.
Well, don't we need to curb the rise in infections quickly? Yes, we do, but it's all about containing the situation in local areas, or local hospitals could be completely overrun.
I understand. And the issue is that we are in Rochdale and we have been under the extended restrictions for many weeks. I think it's about 10 weeks. And still our infection rate went up. I think last information which we saw was about 477 per 100,000. So the only way to control it, and there is example there before, we have done it before, we brought the infection right down and we opened the country. We just have to do that again. And the government argument is that financially it's probably going to cost them more. But my argument would be that, yeah, if we have spent the money wisely on a proper test and trace system, we wouldn't have been in this financial situation. Government lost millions and billions of pounds on this failed test and trace centre. And because of that, we are just in this situation.
Well, the government would argue that if national restrictions are imposed, that would damage businesses in areas with low infection rates.
Well, this is obviously it's part of the argument as well, but we have to start from somewhere. So I think the circuit breaker is the only way forward, which will give us an upper hand for controlling the virus. Otherwise, if you just do the local one and leave the national one, then when you open the one which you have done the regional lockdown, it will spread again to the areas where there is no infections.
Faisal Rana, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.